In Portugal, there's a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know.
Hola, bon dia, alegria, Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. Oh, look, I've just noticed Friday the 13th. And a somewhat unconventional start. Actually, I pressed the button and the intro video didn't work. Unconventional start. That's every day, Carl. I might hear you say a little bit of the blues. You might remember Eric from this week's resident interview, actually. The big Portugal resident interview with Eric Roth. What a brilliant bloke. A photographer, principally, a wonderful creative man. One of my colleagues at the resident. A delight to interview him, and that released this week on Wednesday, day before yesterday, and you can listen to the whole interview over there at the resident YouTube channel. And a little clip for you where he just suddenly picked up his guitar. I'll play it for you in just a moment. He picked up his guitar and said, well, I'm not very good at this, but I'll give it a go anyway. He's brilliant, great bloke, lovely man. Sort of person you want to sit and have a drink with, and I look forward to doing that one day in the Algarve, where he lives in near Silvish, as I do with all of you here this morning. It's been too long. Welsh Jackie, when are we having a beer? Bon dia, Gumpers. T-Duck, yes, when are we going to have a beer? Again, T-Duck, bon dia, Welsh Jackie. All your comments are being blocked, Jackie. Is it because of your posting past, perhaps? This time tomorrow, I'll be on a plane en route to Alicante. Well done. You've got it figured out this time. I suspect there'll be more. I'll wait and go through the list to unblock before the show starts. A job he never wanted. A burden, a yoke. Bon dia, alegria a todos. Thank you, T-Duck, by the way. Good morning to you. Bon dia, alegria a todos e feliz sexta-feira. E depois bom fim de semana. Well, bom fim de semana igualmente to you. We like to start celebrating the weekend as early as possible. I think we're going to get away with it, aren't we, on 8 o'clock on a Friday morning. Good to see you, Matty. And Ian, who, I'll read this comment with your delightful image that you sent me. And what a video. You get to some wonderful places, Coach, it has to be said. And here's one of them, and an amazing video. We might end the show with an aeroplane landing on this lake. What remind us, Coach? Where is this again? Bon dia todos, you say. Feliz sexta, putting the sex into sexta-feira. He never forgets what Friday is in Portuguese, you know. Morning, Jackie, Duck, and Maddie. Jackie, Duck, and Maddie. It's a new kids program on TV. Back home to a deluge last night, but calmed down this morning. Quite the contrast then from the photo here. Won't be around for the show as lots of sorting to do and coffee. All right. Stick around, Coach, at least for a Portuguese cafe that's been threatened by the local government. You might want to hear about this before you go off. Not a million miles away from you, not exactly on your doorstep, but not a million miles away from your Portuguese restaurant in England that's found itself in the supper, in the soup. By the way, we'll do that in just a moment. And we'll listen to Eric as well. Just want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Sarah, good morning to you and Team Yeoman. Adrian, bon dia, bon sexta-feira, borada. Work in the room. You're sounding very superious of innocence. I'm an angel. What? Suspicious of innocence, possibly there? Suspicious of a dodgy keyboard. Bon dia all from Jackie. Yesterday was an awesome day. Showed me just how community turns impossible into... Have you been making water into wine over there in central Portugal again, Pete? Share the recipe. Bon dia, alegria. Gumpers from T-Duck. Just taking a moment off from moderating duties to say good morning to everybody. Keeping an eye on everyone and the bad behavior here in this community. Bon dia, everyone. According to YouTube, that is. Gemini also with us. We had a 350 kilogram sauna dropped off at the road about 2 kilometers from the house. No, I'm not coming up there, mate. Not with this. No, I can't do that with this big lorry. In Portuguese. And with the help of neighbors and friends, we got the whole thing in place within an hour. They're all stripped off and ready, I suspect. T-Duck, it's Friday the 13th. Kisses for luck there. Welsh Jackie, good job. The jacuzzi was delivered yesterday. Otherwise, it could have been a very different story. Pete, spend the day avoiding life and spend the day avoiding life. Isn't that great? I got fat fingers. And never read before sending. That could get you into all sorts of trouble, Jackie, which I suspect you rather like. So good morning to you all. Let's hear a little bit of the blues from Eric this morning. Very gifted photographer and turns out pretty gifted on the guitar as well.
I came to Portugal on a holiday. Now I'm here all year. Came to Portugal on a holiday. Now I'm here all year. When can I go back home and back to my career? Maybe that's enough. It goes on, but I think that's
Eric,
probably enough.
I think that's a beautiful setup for people coming to see you to hear the rest of the song, which I want to do now. Didn't realize it ended so quickly. Good. Well, on his tombstone. Mine, it's not Eric's. Eric, thank you so much. Resident podcast, as you can see there. He's our guest this week. And after the show today, I will be talking to Natasha Don, the Don, actually. Pictures of the sauna. Wow, that's a big, that's a big thing you've got there, Pete. And I'm sure that's not the first time you've heard that. Maybe we'll have one of those picture stories as well, hastily saving all of this behind the scenes here. What folder should we save that in? Pete's sauna. Okay, that's in my, not my search history, but in my files now. Pete's sauna. Why is that not saving there, Pete? I tell you what, we'll go with the lovely watches. I think it's saved in that folder now. See if we can find that later on when we try and find it. Oh, Philomena not joining us today. You know, Philomena's got all sorts going on. And fingers crossed, lots of love to Paolo for the op as well. And I've got details of a trip to the Açores that Philomena is organizing as well to tell you about. So I'll share that as well. She won't be with us on this Feel Good Friday this morning. And she sent actually as well more music. We're going to be talking about music this morning. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. That's Mac. He's been on the show. And friend Malcolm, they've been to the islands. Beautiful music. They've been to the islands of Fayal and Pico. They've used AI and come up with this song. It's a mixed bag, isn't it? The music from AI. I was showing the kids yesterday. I don't know if did I mention this yesterday? Michael Haig, the illustrator, has passed away. But he's the guy who illustrated so many wonderful children's books. I think principally in the 70s. Or most notably in the 70s, but did it all his life. And all the classics, you know, The Hobbit, Toad of Toad Hall, Alice in Wonderland. And as soon as you see his work, I had that book, or I remember those types of illustrations. And I showed the kids a lot of screenshots of his books. And there was a theme tune called Michael Haig. And my eldest said, "Oh, that's horrible AI song." And the song was good in a way because it was a tribute. Eulogy to Michael Haig. But yeah, AI songs, 14-year-olds can just tell them immediately. It took me a while, but he just knew straight away. So they are different, these youngsters, and the age they're growing up in. But R.I.P. Michael Haig. If you look him up, you will see. Jackie, you'll absolutely adore the covers, I think, that Michael Haig created. American in California. I would have had him down as British, and his way of drawing Toad of Toad Hall, for example, really great artist, a lovely work, lovely legacy that he's left behind, but bit of a dodgy AI song that was showcasing and highlighting his wonderful work on YouTube, if you can bear that. So yes, sorry not to be seeing Philomena. Lots of love to Philomena, of course, who you can learn Portuguese with online with Expats Portugal. She's doing A1 and A2 if you go to expatsportugal.com. She's their tutor, in-house tutor, and you can join her for a trip to the Açores. And lots of love to you and the family, Philomena, and especially, of course, to Paolo, who I hope is recovering well from the op. So no Philomena today. We'll see you next month. We'll have to do a Feel Good Friday of our own here on Friday the 13th, folks. Where were we? We heard Eric's music. Song created by AI, says Matty. I would not be surprised if some kind of mind control is integrated there. Ooh, suspicious. You sound like an old man. Suspicious of the wonders that technology can bring us. We know what that's like, the joy of AI. And Gumpy, she hasn't been back, has she? She's not been. Nobody said, "Oh, I really enjoyed your AI assistant, Carl. When's she coming back?" Not. But she will be. She will be. And let's hope things can only get better. And come on, let's be honest. Some of us are enjoying a little bit of AI augmentation. I suppose the point Matty is making here is we don't want it taking over, but there's probably not a lot we can do about that. Welcome to the Fat Fingers and Not Reading Before Sending Club. Yes, there's a few of us here, aren't there? And I think, am I right in assuming that there is a certain sense of mischief and joy? You think to yourself, shall I read it? No, I'm just going to send it and see what happens. You are definitely not alone. Happens to me all the time, says Matty. Okay, so the sauna is not plumb. Well, it is plumbed in. Maybe the electrics aren't done yet. Just waiting for that. What do you want, Cat? I'm trying to do a live stream here. You animals are so disrespectful. Please give our love to Philomena and Paolo, Jessica Cole. She has really been going through the ring, hasn't she? Just yeah, true that. So sending love and healing vibes to Philomena from everybody here. Bon dia, everyone, from Mike as well. How you doing? We'll come back to your sauna pics. Sauna pics, that got your attention. It's not ready yet. No nakedness there. And I'm on thin ice anyway with YouTube. I think at least until May. Your comments, however, are going on the screen. Big responsibility, T-Duck. There is a great series. Oh, Hannah Fry, talking about her with Mrs. M. Lots of sexy redheads about, right? There is a great series on AI with Dr. Hannah Fry. A big issue is AI relationships. A big issue, difficult for people not to become unpleasant when they are never challenged and constantly center of the story. Well, that's true, isn't it? In politics, as much as it is in AI, it would appear. Oh, I see. So this is what happens to people when they only speak to a machine that blows smoke up their backside, which an AI can't actually do, but it can probably give you the instructions or a website address where you can buy a device that does actually blow smoke any way you want it, I imagine. And if it's not available yet, it soon will be. Right, where were we? We were going to talk about a Portuguese cafe. I was asking the coach to stick around. Also this morning, 2 BBC headlines, actually. It's not too heavyweight political stuff. Nothing about the war or Epstein for us to get our knickers in a twist about with BBC reporting here. It's pop music bias towards English is fading, says Spotify. This really shook me, and we'll be going into this story in a little while. Really about how we've grown up with English being the main language of the music we've loved, right? American, excuse me, and English music, which let's face it, is the greatest music. Well, to us it is, isn't it? But it's dominated pop since the 60s, through the 70s, and into the 80s, somewhat in the 90s. And it's been English, isn't it? Largely the predominant music forms of the world, and the music I think that this community has loved, it's been in the English language. I mean, the Americans have really done their best to give it a good kicking over the years. My baby, for sure. With rap and so on. Not that I'm, I loved rap and hip hop right from the get go. Maybe not so much in more recent times, but what an amazing sound and a thing for a young English kid to hear. What is that? So I got my 2 turntables after I heard a bit of that. But it's been English, isn't it? It's been English all the way. And that, I don't think stranglehold is the right phrase, but that grip on how we hear music and in what language is loosening. Let's say that. Let's put it that way. And Spotify have been reporting on it. And actually, when we come back to that, you'll realize it's another good reason to be learning Portuguese. But before we go there, more music in the form of loud music and noise. Oh, and at 8:30, actually, at 8:30, we'll be talking to a wonderful guest this morning from Uga Living. Uga Living, and we'll be talking to Uma from there. She's on the Silver Coast. That's good to know. Okay, so looking forward to 2 guests this morning at 8:30 and at 8:45. Una's joining us. Sorry, no, did I call her Uma? Una's joining us at 8:30. So looking forward to that. And I'll put the link to her website in the chat. Very tasteful, very beautiful. Not just interiors, but living, breathing reflections of people and planet. That's exciting. So we'll be talking to Una at 8:30. And then at 8:45 or thereabouts, we'll be talking to Michelle. Again, I can get your attention, I think, by talking about chili sauces, relishes, and rum. I think it's rum. Oh, brandy. Yeah, brandy and rum and liqueurs that they make over there at wolfsown.com. So that also going into the chat as well. Is that going to be a massive meta link, or is it going to be nice and straightforward? Let me see if that's going to work. Oh, that's good. So yeah, it's wolfsown.com as well. Uga Living with Una at 8:30 and Wolf's Own at 8:45, where we'll find out about some people who 7 years ago didn't know anything about farming or making things from the farm to sell like booze, relishes, and chili sauces. And now that's exactly what they do here in Portugal. So looking forward to talking to Michelle and Una a little bit later on. But to Cambridge now, I think. Peterborough, that's in Cambridge, isn't it? Peterborough, I don't think is a million miles away from you, Coach. If you can stick around just for a little bit longer to hear Darren Calpin's reporting, who is their local democracy reporter. That's an interesting tag to have with this story. And it looks like they've picked up a sort of generalized Getty image of Piri Piri chicken to illustrate this story about a Portuguese restaurant that's banned from playing loud music at night. A Portuguese restaurant was told it can no longer play loud music late at night. Oh, and it's brilliantly named O Sado, which is not because they're sad about this, but because that's a river, isn't it? The Sado River. The restaurant Osado, or Osad, had, because I was talking about the River Tejo, Rio Tejo, not Rio Tejo, but Tejo. It's almost like obrigado. The O is silent, so I'm sure it is here. At the end of Sado, not the O bit, if you see what I mean. Osad had the conditions of its premises license modified by Peterborough City Council at a licensing subcommittee meeting. Now, you can only imagine, I think, that the sort of people who attend a licensing subcommittee meeting might be quite serious sort of people, right? Might be not the most joyous folks on this planet, on God's good earth. The Lincoln Road venue, if you know Lincoln Road in Peterborough, shout out, will now only be allowed to play ambient music live or recorded between 8 in the morning. That'll be still too early for some grumpy Brits, I suspect, and 2300 from Monday to Sunday. Oh, Saturdays are excluded from that, presumably. The local democracy reporting service. Wow, that sounds so 1984, doesn't it? You will have local democracy. Said it is believed this is the first time a licensing amendment of this kind has been applied within Peterborough. Groundbreaking stuff from the Portuguese restaurant here. The application to review the restaurant's license was made after numerous noise nuisance issues. News, so British. We are reporting a noise nuisance here, rather than turn it down, mate. Noise nuisance. This is terrible. Noise nuisance. Issues from mid 2024 onwards. Issues continue despite the pollution control team, the PCT, were out serving noise abatement notices. I bet they cost like 300 quid a time or something like that. And installing noise monitoring equipment, the meeting heard. They installed noise monitoring equipment. This whole exercise may have cost several millions already just to get the owners of a bar to turn the music down a bit. Business owner Dora Marques accepted the council's evidence and apologized for the noise nuisance issues in a very Portuguese way. Many months later, she explained that some of the noise could be attributed to people not using a restaurant or saddle. We need to get we need to get Dora on the show. If you know her, please let her know that we've been talking about her on Good Morning Portugal. Some of the noise could be attributed to people not using a restaurant or sado who would congregate outside the property late at night. Yes, ASBO types, not restaurant goers. Councillor Chris Harper stated that the new conditions will insist, I strongly insist, I tell you, that all music played at the venue must be background noise only. Well, there you go. There's a bit of Portuguese party pooping going on, or some party pooping at the expense of the Portuguese restaurant Osado. Meanwhile, in the Algarve, can you imagine if there was a tit for tat action here? The Algarve. Oh, you back there? Sorry to hear that. We're talking about Blighty right now. There could be an Algarve, an English restaurant in the Algarve, which has had a similar licensing ban for opening on time for opening too early and for being too quiet. It is now under threat and has been the council have insisted that more noise be made later into the night, every night, 8 days a week. Otherwise, the conditions of their license might be revoked as well. I hope we can talk to Osado at some point. I think that'd be great to get Dora Marques on the phone or on the screen here, just like we're going to have Una and Michelle on the screen in a little while. We'll send her our Calendly. By the way, here's a way of getting your favorite purveyors and suppliers onto the show. There is a calendly.com/Carl Munson. And I really don't mind you doing this. If you have ever said to anybody, and a lot of you have, I know, and I'm very grateful to you for this. If you've said, there's this thing I watch called the Good Morning Portugal show, you should be on there. Just please give people my Calendly. They can go through to that and book themselves in. They can book themselves in to talk to me on the Good Morning Portugal show live, or they can talk to me, just about the idea of that. But I just love it when people rock up and turn up live, as Una and Michelle are doing. We haven't talked before except via a couple of messages, and they will be on because they've been brave enough to go to this Calendly link, book themselves in, and to be on the show. Excellent stuff. So Peterborough is going to have a quieter Portuguese restaurant, it would appear. Peterborough is where my in-laws live. Not a place for me, thanks. But sadly, know it well. Lincoln Road, if it's close to the centre, is very, it's one of those sort of towns, is it, on a Saturday night? And the Portuguese have got the blame for some of that. Hola, bon dia, Malta. It sounds like they're letting them be as noisy as they want on Saturday, to be fair. Hola, bon dia, Malta. A bright and sunny start to the day. Thank you. And the weather's not too bad either. I think us with fat fingers and not reading before sending are busy trying to party. Yes, of course you are. Hope it goes well, Henry, over there. Yes, it will be a great day, and my solar system is already charging the Tesla. It looks like we've got sunshine around the country. Dougie's in town as well. He sent a lovely picture from the Algarve. Never failing with a blue sky. He's enjoying that down there. Bon dia from Helen as well. Good morning to you, Helen. Coach is back for a few minutes. Been given a pass from chores until coffee time. There you go. You can go now. Thank you for joining us. We may play your video as an outro later on as we go into our Born for Semana. Just a few minutes to go before we talk to Una. And then Michelle, the irony of the football team being called Posh and the desolate concrete jungle that boasts people seeing on the dance floor of the local nightclub and no one cleaning it up are not lost. I think we lost a few words in there. There's more fat fingers not reading it before you send club right there. But two, I think, does it appear in the British Book of Towns? I think it might have that sort of reputation. When Coach says in a very British way, it's not for me, it means it's a hole, basically. I just found Osado on Google Maps, and it's in a residential area, so sort of understandable, yeah. But it wouldn't happen in Portugal, would it? It wouldn't. You would have a cafe in a residential area in Portugal with music and people enjoying themselves at all kinds of ungodly hours by British standards. Talking of music and loudness, let's take a look then. I don't know if this is going to sober you as much as it sobered me. And not in a bad way. It's just like I'd never thought of this before. But English, the English holding sway, and not so much anymore, it would appear. News from Spotify as decoded and reported upon by Mark Savage, the music correspondent of the BBC here, or one of them, presumably. Pop music's bias towards English is fading, says Spotify. Now, us boomers, Gen Xers, who grew up with some of the greatest music of all time, or so we think, and everyone thinks that of their own music. But to be fair, there is something about the great British and American music songbooks in pop. I'm talking about, this it dominated the world, and not just from an imperial point of view, although that would have been part of it. That's how these things seem to work. It was great music. It was great music as well, and this is why it caught on and why it was so popular around the world. However, English language music is losing its stranglehold. Oh, they use that word on the charts, according to new data. They could have used a better word. Prominence, dominance, rather than stranglehold. There's enough violent language in the world already, but I guess it's to grab your attention with a stranglehold, according to new data from music streaming giant Spotify. chilling phrase, music streaming giant Spotify. The company says songs in 16 different languages, including Spanish, Korean, Portuguese, Turkish, Indonesian, and Arabic, appeared in its global top 50 last year. That's more than double the figure from 2020. See, Portuguese is in there. Another good reason to learn the language. Bad Bunny, who sings exclusively in Spanish, was the most streamed artist in the world. And Brit Award winner Rosalia sings in 14 dialects on her latest album, Luge, as well, or Lux, possibly. Spotify said Brazilian funk. How about that? And you'll if you don't know what that is from the term, you will have heard it from many a passing car, or in even in supermarkets and cafes here in Portugal. I'm not a fan. It all sounds the same to me, but knowing a little bit of Portuguese, you might be at an advantage to decode the lyrics, which you might regret having listened to and translated, because it's probably just a load of bump and grind business, as the young folks say. Was the fastest growing genre in the world, with audiences up by 36%. So Brazilian funk, you will know that genre as soon as you clap ears on it. K-pop saw a 31% increase, and trap Latino, whatever that is, was up by 29%. Probably all about the sex and drugs and rock and roll as ever for the young people, or maybe not. Their habits are changing as well, aren't they? They're not so much into the booze and all of those joy-giving substances anymore. Things are changing, aren't they? With the millennials and the Gen Zs and so on. However, they seem to be still enjoying music, which has got to be a good thing, but not in English. All of those genres earned more than 100 million in royalties from Spotify last year, the company said. Spotify presumably trying to show that they do give the musicians a little bit of money. English still dominates the charts, however. Still, at the moment, it's not going to last. That's what got me thinking. This is not going to last. English pop music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s is going to sound more and more dated and strange and eccentric as we move into new languages, I'm sure, for humanity. So it still dominates, with 14 of last year's top 20 best-selling albums sung exclusively in the language, according to the music industry body IFPI. But South Korean bands such as Stray Kids, N-Hyphen, and 17 all feature in the list, as did Japanese rock group Mrs. Green Apple, which is English, isn't it? Is it not? As fans increasingly explore music outside the typical paradigms of rock and pop. According to a 2021 analysis of listening behavior published in the journal Nature, wow, this trend has been accelerating since 2017. And the way kids listen to music now is very different. I think they're a lot more open-minded and open genre. People aren't goths or whatever anymore. Don't think young people are choosing a niche to be in. They're choosing music from all the ages, which is a great thing, and not identifying so much, I think, with the music culture as we might have done. You know how you did that, perhaps. What's this? One. Is that Welsh for good morning? Or is he just yawning on the show this morning? Good morning, Doug. And it sadly looks like Spurs are going down, down, deeper and down. Talking of British music in English, sadly looks like Spurs are going down, Pete. News flash for Pete there, the coach rubbing it in. But yes, back to the music then. And yeah, not coincidentally, that's the same year that streaming overtook CDs and vinyl. Ooh, that's all part and parcel then. 2017 changes in music listening. You can listen to a lot more music and more quickly, can't you? And can change the music more quickly than you've ever been able to do. I'm sure that's part of it. Last week, Spotify's most played chart included songs from Bad Bunny and Raul Alejandro from Puerto Rico, Nadhif Basalama from Indonesia, Tyler from South Africa, Tange from Nigeria, or Thames, Juan Castro from Colombia, El Bogueto, Peso Pluma, Neton Vega, and Fuerza Regida from Mexico, and Blackpink, Jungkook, and Jin from South Korea. There you go. However, the UK still lags behind the rest of the world. Of the country's biggest selling songs last year, only 2 featured non-English lyrics. Notably, both tracks are Rose and Bruno Mars' APT and Hunter's. This sounds like a foreign language. I don't think any of us know these tunes, old giffers that we are. We're predominantly in English with select phrases in Korean. That's very smart. That's a marketing move, isn't it, from the musicians there, appealing to the K-pop market. Spotify's data was revealed as it announced its annual Loud and Clear report. That's a clever title, which breaks down the global streaming economy. Incidentally, the streaming giant said it had paid 11 billion. How much are they making to invest in ARMS now? In royalties to the music industry last year, up from 10 billion. That's a big change, isn't it? The figure makes it the highest paying retailer globally, the company claimed. Wow, there's still a lot of money in music. It's just being paid out differently, and not as much as you could arguably say is due to the artists. But there you go. More than 13,800 artists earn $100,000, 400 grand from Spotify last year, it added. I think, again, trying to defend themselves from being a little bit greedy, basically. But there have always been parasites in the arts and music, and I don't think Spotify are any different. And to be fair, I am very grateful to Spotify at the same time, I have to say, for making a lot of music I love available to me. Right, we're waiting for Una to join us. Let's have a camera as well, Una, if we... Oh, fantastic. Franz is also here this morning, and I'm going to find out how to say Uga living properly if I'm not doing that already. Let me just go to a few more of your comments this morning before we bring them on. Weeing, we don't need an update of that kind. Thank you very much. I don't know why he's saying that. The moderator didn't catch that one this morning. I like how a friend described it as where dreams go to die. But unfortunately, I think, is that Peterborough? I think that is my beloved Spurs motto is changing to. Oh, sorry about that, Pete. Santos Populares is fast approaching. Oh, yes, sunshine. And the Santos Populares here in Portugal, all night music. We don't have a party in our village, but we still get to hear the villages all around. That's the idea. Don't worry. If you don't have music in your village, you will have music from other villages in Portugal playing all night long. Part of the fun of being here. Morning, Doug. From Pete, you'll have to come to Carnival next year. We had a speciality Welsh. Gosh, the mind boggles. What does a Welsh burlesque act look like? Please don't send me pictures on 913-590-303. Some investigation of the Ria Formosa, including a boat trip, another gin clear Algarve day. Nice gin clear. What a lovely expression that is. And good morning to you, Neil. Let's give him a nice big round of applause and bring him onto the screen. Una and Franz. Hola, bon dia.
Hola, bon dia, Carl.
How are you this morning?
Yeah.
Good way.
Good. We are in Peniche. It's getting sunny. We hope for the weekend we'll be on the beach.
Oh, about time too, eh?
Yes, yeah. It took a while, but it's getting there now. Summer's on the way.
Now, you have a lovely company. Thanks, Una, for getting in touch about... have I got it right? Uga living?
Yes, Uga living. Yes, the name comes back from caveman days. If you think, what is the main human purpose? We all need a home. We all need our cave. And that is what we are all about, is creating your little cave.
What a lovely idea. However, I mean, that could conjure up images of quite bare walls with scratchings on the wall of dinosaurs and so on, as we often see depicted. Yeah. This is very different. How beautiful is this? So are you interior designers also supplying beautiful products for the home? Tell us about how it actually works.
Yes, we notice there are quite a lot of problems when people immigrate to Portugal, especially with their homes. They realize that the spaces are smaller. The older houses are all like closed off in rooms where you're used to an open space. Kitchens are small and
different bathrooms as well. It's not the same as in the UK or the USA.
Yeah, some people said, "Oh, I have a bidet. I don't know what to do with it." Things like that.
Said everybody, right? Like, have you come up with a solution for that?
You can remove it.
You can remove it. It's not the law anymore. And it used to be the law. You had to have one built into your property. I think. I think it's optional now. But loving the vibe here. Yeah, and smaller spaces, less open plan spaces. And often Portuguese furniture is smaller, isn't it? So for the larger human being, it's a little bit of a challenge.
Yes. Also, dimensions. And a lot of people, like if it's Americans, they struggle with the metric system versus the imperial system. So all the sizes and everything is different. Yeah.
And then you have the main problem over here are the contractors. So you have to keep your contractor on site that is not running away after a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And I think most people experience that.
Yeah. So you can help with that, can you? You can help with some nice things that you might be more used to and oversee the project as well.
Yes. So I've been in construction with large projects all my life, all over the world. And now we are based here in Portugal. And with Una's design background, we formed this company to help expats, especially to link them between the Portuguese problems they have with the normal way that they experience construction in their countries.
Yeah.
So we have excellent contractors that are can speak English, that are on the job, and that will liaise with them daily as well. So we're the project managers, designers, and make sure that they are on site every day.
That'll be music to some people's ears. I imagine you work with a lot of clients who have had the opposite experience, who just want to kiss you and hug you and say, thank you so much. This is working out much better this time.
Yeah, it's all to get the right contractors. So we've been sifting around because on a few projects, you'll meet a contractor and they will say, right, we're doing it the Portuguese way. There's no plan. They will come whenever. After lunch, they will go for lunch and have a few beers, and then you'll never see them again. So we found a few jewels here that is part of our company now, and they are working 5 days a week, full time, some Saturdays as well, just to get it done on time.
Get the job done. Fantastic.
So that is something rare that you don't have every day.
Yeah, well, brilliant. And so it's an integrated service. It is getting the job done on a practical, tactical level, as well as some beautiful finishes and ideas to make a beautiful home here in Portugal.
Yeah, we have a case study. I don't know if we can share our screen.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me just take mine off.
Advanced technology, yeah.
You go for it. Show us. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see what you've got here.
Yes, screen. Okay.
I want to find out how you ended up living in Peniche as well. You obviously have impeccable taste here on the Silver Coast, where you've chosen to live.
Oh, we moved around. We were in Constantia first.
That's a nice place.
Very nice.
Yeah, beautiful on the river there.
And then we moved to Bombarral, a little farming town close to us, and now we're in Peniche. And I think this is the
sweet spot
option at the moment for us. Yeah, prettiest town.
Fantastic. Okay, we do have your screen share here. Oh, there we go.
Yes. So this is just a quick case study. This was one apartment in Nazaré. The client said the first time she walked in, she was crying. She's like, it looks too small. She doesn't know how she's going to fit everything in.
Oh, no.
And yes, the space was not functional. They bought the place, but they were still abroad, getting all the visas ready. So we worked very well together with her, also buying all the furniture for her. So when they come, the place was already done 100%.
Yeah, they had this wall in the kitchen as the divider. So I think the architects meant to have it now separate spaces, but it's not open as we are used to.
Yeah, so we analyzed the space, which make it easier. We thought immediately remove this little wall here. It has no function. Don't know. It is there.
It's not even a breakfast bar. It's just a little sort of mini wall divider, like you might find in an office.
Yeah.
And then you can build a big kitchen island instead with the entryway on both sides of the kitchen island. Then you have this nice flow to easily move around.
Cool.
And then we also looked at all the other furniture and the sizes to ensure that there's enough space to move around and so that everything fits. The client also loves wine, so we had to incorporate that, and they want guests over, so guest room, and they also work from home, so we need to incorporate a study as well.
And especially wine. So you had to think about where to keep all the wine, because they are connoisseurs. They've been all around from up north all the values down.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Number
amazing.
one
So
on the list.
And if you
this is
can
the
see
meeting, is it? The preliminary meeting. We need somewhere to store all our wine. Well, how much have you got? Well, the apartment's probably not big enough, so you're gonna have to come up with something really special.
Exactly.
They told me they had in the US a ton of wine.
Okay.
So that is quite a lot of wine. So yeah.
Oh, literally.
Yes. I got bottles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And have we got the after pictures as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sorry.
Cool. Excellent. Excellent.
And it's also important to establish a look and feel because you want cohesion through the space and also the materials. And yeah, we have access to all those. And then it's good to have the planning. So I'm just showing a quick of the kitchen island that we've built and getting the materials ready. You can see here we designed wine storage inside the kitchen island. And here you can see also some visuals before, a wine fridge. So we had to go a bit smaller than this picture, but this is already the bar area. And this is the actual photo afterwards.
That's that's not a rendering. That's what you
No,
got.
that's actual.
This is the renderings
Yeah.
to show the visuals and before the client commits, before you spend all the money.
Yeah.
And then this is the after.
That is superb. That is superb. Can
you
whiz back? Can you show us the first picture that they walked into and cried about? Please.
This one.
That's such a brilliant transformation.
Yeah. And functional as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, form and function. Beautifully.
On the left-hand side where there's the white wall there. So that whole wall is covered with the wine fridge.
If I go back.
There.
It's a bit smaller,
it's a bit smaller, but then so there's wine there and then
space for the glasses at the top.
Yeah.
And inside the kitchen island also more wine storage.
Very good. So the wall is there, the division is there, but it's been turned into something useful now where you can sit and have a drink and drink all that ton of wine there. I mean, they must have cried again when they saw this because this is a brilliant job.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. She told me, and the second time she came back, she cried again because
she never stops crying. This lady. At least she's got wine.
Well, yeah. So if she sits there on the left hand side, she's got a big balcony there looking over Nazaré.
Fantastic. Well, so this is what you do in reality, as it says on the screen there. Yes. Great job. Well done on that. And people can can you come back again another time? I know we've only got 15 minutes this morning, but it's been lovely to meet you. And ugaliving.com. I'll make sure that's on the screen again so people can see it. But is that the best way to get in touch and have a chat about what you do and engage with you?
Yes, or you can email us, una@ugaliving.com, or we're on Instagram as well. Yeah.
I wish you the very best with this. Do you work all over Portugal as well, or you Silver Coasters specifically?
Mostly Silver Coast, yeah. We're up from the coast, let's say Nazaré, all the way down to Ericeira.
Well, it's a good place to be, isn't it? You must come and do some work in San Martino de Porto. I must introduce you to a few people here. Who are buying homes and some of the real estate agents here, because it's a lovely option to have. You're doing wonderful work, and thank you for being on the Good Morning Portugal show.
No,
thank you for having us.
Yes.
Okay, bon fils de manati, and I'm sure we will speak again. Come back and next time you've got some lovely pictures like that, please let me know and come back and show us the sort of transformation that you can do.
Yeah, sure. Perfect. We can show more of this apartment because we did the other rooms as well. But for today, it's just the kitchen. Yeah.
You're teasing us. I'd love to see more, and we'll look forward to chatting with you again. Cheers. All the best. Franz.
Good day. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Ciao. Bon dia. Oh, a quick preview of Michelle there. Let me just set this up properly, Michelle. You sent me a fantastic message. Didn't know about making maybe you did know about making rum and brandy, but maybe not on a commercial basis, and chili sauces, relishes. Didn't know anything about farming, and 7 years later here you are, and you can see more at wolfsown.com. Let's find out about how you did that, Michelle, and bring you onto the screen now. Hola,
Hi.
bon dia. How are you?
Bon dia. I'm good. Yes.
Are are you talking from the HQ, the world headquarters of Wolf Sony?
Basically, it's my kitchen.
I thought it might be, but it
Yeah,
is
no,
actually.
it
It's
is
the
my
world HQ.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go to the winery after I finish speaking with you. So
Sorry, you have to
my
go where?
day to the winery when I'm
Oh,
finished speaking with you. Yes.
how awful for you! How terrible! It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. While we're talking about wine, another winemaker on the screen here. Happy birthday wishes to you. It was Hugh's birthday yesterday, so I hope you had a great day and party last night, Hugh. I think Hugh is going to be very interested in what you're talking about this morning, Michelle. It sounds like 7 years ago you may have come to Portugal and you became a farmer. Is that right?
Yeah, so my business partner and I pulled our resources together, and he wanted to start making wine. And we are in the Alentejo region, in a
Lovely.
little village called Arvidel. And we found a farm that was derelict and semi-abandoned. So we bought it because he already had the house, the holiday house here in Arvidel. And then we left it for 2 years. And then when COVID came, we left it with the previous owners. And then when COVID came, we actually took it over and we started developing the farm. So the villagers all said to us we should remove the vines and replant. However, there was some good varietals on the farm. And if we had done that, we wouldn't have had any wine for 5 years, because that's how long it takes. So we decided not to do that. And since then, we've been gradually getting the old vines to give us new basil shoots, which goes into cordons. And we are getting grapes for winemaking. So it's been a long, arduous journey. I have to tell you, a lot of tears, a lot of hard work.
I bet.
I've never worked so hard. I come from the medical field, so for me, this was all very, very new and
Well, and you thought,
learning
you're
on
coming
the
to
fly.
Portugal to have a quiet life, just take it easy, enjoy the Alentejo sunshine.
Well, you know something? Yes, I thought that I could just pop my head in and go, "Oh, you're growing. Oh, that's nice. Oh, we need to harvest." No, it's nothing like that. It is hard work. It is really, really. No. So if anybody ever says, "Oh, that's so wonderful. I wish I had a vineyard," I go, "Please be my guest."
Think careful.
You know.
Have you been able to identify, Michelle? Have you been able to identify some of those varietals? Because I love. What have we got? 250 indigenous cashtas, I think, over here in Portugal. It's amazing. What have you got?
So we do have a very rare vine called Rabo de Lobo, which means the wolf's tail, and the farm is called the Rabo de Lobo. And yes, I have a technician from Ateva who said when he was studying oniology, his lecturer sent them to our farm to go and see this vine stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
so
I bet you're glad you kept it then. You went against the local suggestion and kept those old vines. Yeah, fantastic.
Yes. So we do have the Touriga Nacional and the Alicante Boucher and all those, but that one is, and we do have Donna Maria, which is a very good eating grape, but it makes good wine. And we have Antanas, which is also an amazing wine, especially in our region.
Sorry, what was that?
Antalvaz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, amazing.
So we make a good white wine with that. It's funny. I was in the winery yesterday, and I found a wine that we had hidden away from 2022, and I was like, okay. And I thought, I've got to open this to see what it's like. And I opened it, and it's turned out to be amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I recorked it, took it to my partner and said, you got to taste this.
Yeah.
And he tasted and he said to me, which one is this? And I said, it's bin 3 from 2022. And I said, we only have 42 bottles. Because clearly we'd sold all the rest and somehow we had hidden this away. So I do find little gems in our vein cust, as I call it, our cellar, every now and again that we've hidden away. And yeah, because
What a lovely
I'm busy uncorking wine that I feel is not drinkable, not good enough for brandy. So every year we make our own brandy as well. We are very good brandy, Carl, I might add. A very, very good brandy.
Yeah.
So I was uncorking wine yesterday to go into the distillery. So yes, that's the one.
You've got a full-on distillery there. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? A distillery.
Well, in 2018, Tony came to me and said that he wants to make booze. And I said to him, what do you know about making booze? And he said, I know more than you think. Well, by the time we got together, I had already sourced a place to go and do a distilling course. I'd organized the plane tickets, and we were on our way to go and do a distilling course, which we did in Pretoria in South Africa.
Right.
Yes, at Distilleek. It was a very intense week. I was like a deer in headlights on my first day because I was like, I didn't know what was going on. But by the end of the week, I had a very good idea. And then for our birthdays, we bought stills and we started distilling all sorts of stuff. Yeah. And we've just carried on. The stills have just gotten bigger. So
how incredible. The stills have got bigger. I think there's a little bit of a problem with your website, but that's because all the boozers here have suddenly piled in there and broken your site, I think. So sorry about that.
Okay, no worries.
Says the Englishman in Lisbon. I do, however, have some beautiful pictures from Facebook as well, and because you make limoncello, and I was having a laugh. Do you know Lydia Alves? Because I think we're all in the same business group.
I do. Yes, I do. I know her. She's from I Help.
That's right. And I was having a giggle with her, saying, "How is it? I'm doing South African bingo, right? And on my bingo card are biltong and braai, and also boerewors should be on there as well. Because it's not long in a conversation with South Africans that you come across the braai, the biltong, or the boerewors, and you do that as well, don't you? So you're making boerewors, you're making South African meat speciality.
We do when we have time. We have time. It's time for us is so limited. It's so limited. Oh, that's one of our.
That's for drilling. Are you drilling for oil as well there as well? Is that what that is?
This was actually used when we replanted 6,000 new vines. About 3 years ago.
That goes on the back of your tractor, presumably.
Yes, it does. It goes on the back of the tractor, and it actually makes the hole for us to then put the vine in. So those vines are now 3 years old. So yes, it's been a crazy journey. It's been there's my friend Joe on the right. We made he gave us Sultana wine because he couldn't do anything with it, and we said to him, we'll make it into brandy, which we did. So our second brandy is actually called Joe's Brunners, which tastes like Klipdrift, between Klipdrift and Richelieu, and it's great with Coca-Cola. A cognac style brandy is you can't mix that with Coke, really.
Oh no, you shouldn't either. That would be sacrilegious, wouldn't it? So you've got one
exactly. The brandy is triple distilled, So, and then it's put into oak for 3-4 years, depending. So every now and again we have to have a tasting. That's when we first started in Holland. That was our first still
I love it.
in our kitchen, and we had to hide it because it's illegal. You have to have these stills registered, and it's free to register. It just takes the council 2 years, and we didn't have 2 years to wait. So we started distilling in our kitchen.
What
Yeah,
this is an
we've
amazing
come a long
story.
way since then.
You
Eh?
have, haven't you? I mean, this is an amazing story, which I think should be a film one day. I'm going back to your shop here. So you've got the limoncello, you've got the brandy, and you've got the boerewors when you've got time to make.
We also do an orange cello, which is absolutely delicious, and especially with mimosas. The orange cello is by far actually more popular than the limoncello. And then we also do passion fruit, the poncha. And I've played around in that. I've also made a green leaf fig liqueur. I've made a mint liqueur. We did a walnut. We've done a walnut, which also turns out to be really, really good. So, yeah, we play around and see what can we do. And, I mean, I'm not busy enough, of course. So we have to just,
of course.
those are the lemons, and everything is organic. So our lemon trees are organic. Our orange trees are organic. We try and work across the board as organic, and the wine is organic. So we don't put in any sulfites on the vineyard. We don't use any pesticides and anything like that. So what's happened is our soil has become better and better and better with time. And every year we actually have our soil analyzed to see, are we on the right track? So we see the earthworms, we see the blind snakes, we see the slugs, we see a lot of ants. We have a lot of snails, so the ants eat the snails. So it's a whole ecosystem. And then we have, and then we have a fox on the vineyard, and we have a mongoose, an Egyptian mongoose who comes in every now and again. Yeah. And a lot of bird life.
Michelle, I want you to come back. Whenever you've got something new, please jump on. It's easy, isn't it, to jump on a Good Morning Portugal show?
Yeah, it's great. This was so easy. And to tell you, we have an owl breeding program in our barn.
Do you? Okay, so
yes, she has
romance there as well.
Yeah, she has about 3-4 babies every year, and they're as noisy as anything, and they don't woo-woo in their box, so they woo-woo out of the box. So we've had to put like a sail over our tractor, so that they don't woo-woo on our tractor. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
They're quite considerable woo-woos, aren't they? So yes.
Oh well, you're talking about the scats. That's what they eat, and then they throw out a pellet. They regurgitate a pellet. Yeah, so if they eat live, because they eat live animals like mice and rodents and that kind of thing. But they when there's 6 of them in the barn, it can be quite noisy and quite messy.
Incredible! I would love to see some photos. Just one thing I want to ask you though before you go, and how lovely that all of this is taking place in the Alentejo. The heart of Portuguese food and wine making and tradition. Why Wolf's Own? Where did that motif come from?
Oh, that is all Tony. Tony, when Tony's had a little bit, he gets quite creative.
Is he? Right, okay. So he's obviously very creative quite a lot of the time.
He came up with the name of Wolf's Own. It's a bit of a mouthful for the Portuguese, but it works for us because the farm is the Wolf's Tail, and the winery is Adega de Lobo, and so it's a play with the wolf. Yes, and this is our logo, as you can see. We put it on our T-shirts and on our caps, and
it's brilliant. Brilliant what you've
Yeah.
done this 7 years later. Not quite the quiet retirement from medicine that you were perhaps imagining.
No,
A wonderful
no,
life.
no.
Yeah, wonderful. There you go. wolfzone.com. Go there. Go buy some lovely brandy and some limoncello and Bordeaux or biltong when it's available. Michelle, muito prazer. Lovely to meet you. Bon fin de semana to you. And whenever you've got something new in production and you want to tell everybody here about it, please come on and join us.
I'll tell you. No worries. Thanks, Carl.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Take care. Bye for now.
Muito
Ciao, ciao.
obrigado. Okay.
How wonderful. Wolf's Own and Michelle there, and the amazing business partner who has there's quite a lot of raw material to go out to have a little drink and then get very creative. Tony, I think his name was, so maybe we'll meet Tony in due course as well. Morning, Dan. Brandy and Coke, the Portugal Libre. There. Good morning to you. Lovely to see you. We're going to make our way into the weekend now. One more quick share here. If I can find it, which I can't, as it turns out. It's the trip. Oh, yes, I can. I found it now. This is Philomena's trip to the Azores. 5 days. It happens in June, all inclusive in a 4-star over there. We're doing more tours and travels, aren't we? What with Barak as well. Philomena always has been organising trips. So you'll fly out on the 24th and you'll be taken good care of over there in the Azores. Oh, look at this. Swimming with dolphins, possibly, and a horse show on the farm in the north of the island. Lots of lovely things. Azorian hospitality. You can have a great time over there, and you can get in touch with Philomena. Trips for Brits will do it, won't it? tripsforbrits@gmail.com. Or just, if you want to go to the Azores with Philomena, just drop me a line and I'll connect you with her. 5 days, all-inclusive, 4-star hotel. 24th to the 28th of June this year. I believe there are still some spaces available, but book them quick and you'll be able to have some fun in the Azores with Philomena and some other gumpers and expats, immigrants, foreigners going over there and having a great time and enjoying that hospitality over there. Andero telling us to have bon fin, this crispy pancake of a weekend. Ciao, Bellish, from Andero. Have a lovely weekend, all of you. I'm just going to put the outro video is going to be this incredible video of a plane landing on that lake where the coach has been. Quite extraordinary. And let me just set that up for you now. Let's see if I can find it. Where's it gone, Coach? There we go. Yeah, that's going to be our outro video this morning. Thank you very much to Eric Roth and his amazing guitar playing. Thank you to you, and of course to Una and Franz from Uga Living, and just as you heard there, Michelle from Wolf's Own as well. We'll see you on Monday. Oh, what's this? A comment that's come in. Squire of the Shire is saying natural, organic, and sustainable. Love it. Yeah, Wolf's Own. You got all of that right there. Bon fin semana from T-Duck as well. And a ciao, ciao, yo. And yes, I have got the outro video now. If you like seeing planes landing gracefully on water, this will be for you. Ciao, ciao. Take care. And bye for now. Oh, and see you with Natasha Don in about 10 minutes for some live chat with her top 3 news.
Esercitazione, mi sa, fra.